We use different tools in the X-Series that will enable us to grow our electrolyzers much further. And that's what really excites me, is to get these systems working so we can really scale our technology. My name is Henrik Fygtbauer. I'm the X-Series system architect. I'm extremely proud because I think we have a tendency as engineers to focus on all the things that we need to make work, so all the problems that are not working. So seeing the maturity of the project now that we have the first finalized prototype makes me extremely proud of my team. I was there to welcome the unit to Skive, and it was a very thrilling experience when we lift something that heavy into place, but everything went so smooth, much better than I could have anticipated. Unlike the A-Series, which is plug and play, you hook in water and electricity and then it's supposed to work when it leaves Kolding. The X-Series is fundamentally different because it depends very much on the site. We have all the auxiliary systems are external, so nitrogen and water, compressed air. And there's really an interplay between the site and the system. So it was a big relief when we delivered the system and we hooked everything up and it turned out to match. That's a really big milestone for the project. So the installation of a unit this size has to be a close collaboration between the EPC partner, BWSC, and GHS, because we have some unknown interfaces because it's the first time we do it. But BWSC has made the entire site and they make all the auxiliary systems to hook them up to our unit. So our footprint on site is very, very small compared to BWSC, even though we're responsible for the electrolyzer.
My name is Kasper Kolding, Senior Construction Manager, BWSC. BWSC has been the designer of balance of plant in GreenLab Skive for green hydrogen systems, making pipe racks, pipe installation works, and also cable tray systems, cable pulling, and make all major terminations on all larger components delivered by a green hydrogen system. When you're working on a prototype project like this, there will always be challenges, and some of the challenges that we encountered on the project was weather conditions and a few supply chain issues. But the thing is, overcoming challenges like this is a part of the job and makes me excited. And the most important is to complete it on time and with good quality.
The initial tests, we're testing all the subsystems of the electrolyzer to make sure everything is working as anticipated. We have a lot of new control strategies from that we could not build upon the A-Series. We had to reinvent. And we're walking systematically through each sub-module of the system to make the actual electrolysis work. So that could be water filling, and it could be transfer of water from one part of the process to the next. But then, of course, all the safety systems. It has to work before we dare turn on the electrolyzer.
My name is Anis Halilovic, and I'm the test lead engineer of the X-Series. Our responsibility in our team is to verify and validate the tests that are set up to the prototype. And we are testing up against the requirements, which is set either by the design or by the customer or something that we have promised the customer. When I first saw the X-Series prototype roll in at our site in Skive, I was really impressed that all of our interfaces has been approved and has been attached to the prototype and it fits. The initial test of the prototype started up to be hardware tests and also interfaces test. So it was basically more design test and electrical simple test to verify that we can trust the system. We are using nitrogen to simulate that we have a production. We want to be sure that there is no hazards in terms of personal or equipment-wise. We are confident in our system and in the way we regulate the system, we are going to increase the pressure and are going from using nitrogen to be in production mode, meaning that we are producing hydrogen and oxygen.
What makes me most excited making the X-Series work is where we do the fundamentally different processes from the A-Series. So we have some proof of design when we run multiple stacks and we have a different lie circuit, we have a different pressure control strategy, we have some different control loops, and I think we really enable new technologies to scale up our electrolyzer technology.